Hi, my name is Jonathan Avila and I'm currently enrolled in Design Studio 2, Spring Semester 2020 at EPCC, and this is my project. So what is the background, the premise of this project? A new owner of an existing building is looking to remodel his new acquisition. He would like to renovate the existing building facade in order to give the building a new and original identity. At the same time, in order to maximize interior floor space, he is looking into innovating ways of remodeling the vertical circulation in the building. He wonders if it would be possible to relocate one of the building's interior staircases, which connects to 3 different floors within the building, onto the building's front facade. Through his travels, the building owner recalls visiting a relatively new structure in Mexico City, the Liverpool Insurgentes department store by Roshkin Arquitectos. In addition, he is a big fan and follower of the work produced by a young female artist, Sandra Fittingis. The owner, being a computer scientist and owner of an innovative software company, is fascinated by the connection and relationship between science, technology, and art. He wonders how it would be possible to merge all of these fascinations with his spatial and visual needs for this new building facade project. What are the problems faced in this project? Well, one of the main problems is we have to design a 3-dimensional building facade that accommodates a vertical circulation for this building remodel and that accommodates for small areas of leisure and social interaction within its facade design. Such facade and spatial design must be developed and carried out within a geometric design concept derived from the observations in the fields of science, technology, and art. The design should be innovative, creative, and original, but it should also be derived off of rational and logical mathematical methods and geometrical systems. The facade design must take into account the amount, type, and quality of natural light that will contribute to its inner spaces. What are the expected outcomes of this project? At the end of this project, I want to be able to make a facade that is eye-catching for people walking by in the street. They just want to get that urge to go in and see it from the inside as well and get that full experience. I want to be able to create something as well that the computer scientist is personally going to like, because my concept, given that it is lightning, he's going to take that impersonally, given the fact that he's a computer scientist and they work with computers and they need electricity to work with. So what are the given parameters to respond to and interact with within the project? So there is a main 3 layers, front, middle, and back, that we have to accomplish during this project, and a vertical circulation that has to connect all of the existing floors within the building already. So what is the strategy that I followed in order to answer or tackle the project? So once I had my concept, the first thing I wanted to do was make sure I had my vertical circulation just right and have those areas of leisure. Then after that, I wanted to make sure I added some nice designs that were eye-catching, that'll make you feel, like my project electrified while you're in there. So that was basically my strategies. Start off, what do you need? And then afterwards, add whatever I wanted to add. Design. I wanted to add life to the project. So what is the origin of my idea, my concept? Now you're seeing my concept is the science behind lightning. It starts as early in the day when the sun is heating up the air near the ground and pockets of warm air start to rise to the atmosphere. When those pockets reach a certain height, they turn into cumulus clouds forming on top of each other called a towering cumulus. In this towering cumulus, small ice crystals form up at the top of the cloud, containing positive ions, and small hail is going down the cloud is full of negative ions. The negative charged middle and lower cloud cause the ground beneath to be a positive, and lightning is formed when the differences in charges become too great, and that is coming up with lightning. So what are the different components of my project? Okay, well, now you're seeing an exploded diagram of my project. You're able to identify the front, the middle, the second, and the third layers of my project. The first layer being made up of a bunch of triangles, giving the shape of a lightning coming down from the top, spreading out into different areas towards the bottom. And you can see this spread out happening towards the middle layer that is also in the middle of the vertical circulation, as you see. And then going over to the back, my third layer, that layer is signifying the beginning of my concept, as I said, the sun heating up the ground. That's why there's a skylight up at the top. And as you go towards the back, you see the glass going all the way down to the bottom of the facade. So what solutions and attributes does my proposal offer? Well, one of the many attributes that I tried to be strict on was trying to have the most open space in order so I could have more areas of leisure, more of that comforting feeling when you're in that spot. Another thing that I really wanted to really get out of that was, the way that I maneuvered my vertical circulation throughout my building. In doing so, I made sure to have the most space up at the top floor, and in my eyes, the higher you are in the building and you look out the window, the better the view. So I tried to make sure I had the most area possible so you could see out through that window. And another attribute that I added into my project was going back to my concept when I talked about the ice crystals and the hail being positive and negative ions. In the openings throughout my vertical circulation from the first to the second floor, the opening is round, signifying the hail being negative ions. And going from the second to the third floor, I made sure to have a hexagonal opening, referencing the snow crystals since they have 6 sides, referencing the positive ions. In my opinion, my proposed solution is meaningful in the fact that I cared about what the computer scientist, the computer engineer was asking. One thing he asked for was to pay attention into how natural light is going to be impacting the inside of the building. So one thing I made sure was really clear was to include a huge curtain wall right at the front in order to have maximum natural light coming in. And as if that wasn't enough, I also added skylights that would add more light coming in from the top. So in essence, it's gonna be a very lit building. And it is very meaningful. To conclude, I really enjoyed doing this project. I really had a lot of fun with it. It was something that really worked my brain out, something that really hasn't happened before. I really had to express myself, not had to, it really made the creative side of me come out. So I really like this, and my results, I'm really happy with the results. I would have never thought I would have come up with something like this. And I'd like to thank all my classmates that have helped me out I really learned a lot from my classmates and my teacher, Mr. Munoz. He teaches architecture at EPCC. And yes, thank you.